Hello, welcome back to another episode of The Assembly Line. Right now we are in the midst of watching the Lions-Ravens. There's 1 minute, 56 seconds left. Coming out of the 2-minute warning. 4th and 2 for the Lions. We can get our live reaction to this play. Yeah.
I said before, I called it here before we went to the 2-minute warning break. I'm like, there's no way Campbell's not going for it.
Yeah.
Risky.
Yep, risky.
They don't get it.
I mean, you're up 7.
Yeah, but still.
Ball snap, play
Goff.
action.
Oh!
Completed. Let's
What a
go.
throw.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. What a throw. What a catch. Let's go, baby.
What a
That's
ball.
Amon-Ra, baby. Oh, no.
No
Flag.
penalty.
What do we
Hold
got?
everything.
Defense.
Defensive holding.
Didn't even matter. Game ain't over. But, yeah, we'll
What a ball from JG.
That's just huge. Like, ain't even field goal range. So you gotta stay disciplined here. No holding,
Yeah.
no penalties to get you, no sacks, nothing to get you out of
Yeah.
field goal range here.
Oh, yeah.
But
Eh,
what do you
that's
do?
off
What do you
ball.
do when you gotta make a play like this? They fucking do it every time. They go to Saint.
Yeah, you
like,
throw it
he's
up.
He's their go-to.
Yep.
That's
Doesn't
grit.
matter what, like last week against the Bears, 4th and goal or whatever.
And people thought Ben Johnson was the reason.
Well, that was at the end of the half. Never mind.
But, yeah, so
Yeah, that option was sick.
Well, we'll get to it. So for all you guys out there, we'll continue to recap the game as there's a minute 50 left, everything like that. But yeah, so I mean, as of right now, the Lions have looked great. We had the first drive of the game, the Lions marched down, almost it seemed pretty easily.
Touchdown, Demo!
And yep,
I like that.
it almost looked like they were.
I like that.
It almost looked like they were
let
giving
us
us the
score.
touchdown, to be honest.
I know.
But
I
I mean,
know. That's why I was nervous. But I'm like, you know what?
it's 14.
Going
They
up
have
to
all 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
Going up 2 touchdowns is huge here.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know if you guys can think back of that first drive, but
that was money drive.
we looked good right off the bat. J-Mo came up big. Laporta had some big catches, and then
Multiple times.
just ran right down the field. And then
with a great block
Yeah.
there.
and then right after that, we had
Goff wanted them to get down.
yeah, I don't know any. And then right after that, we had the Ravens literally if we thought we marched down the field,
Yeah.
they marched down the field. Really almost too easy. I mean, Derrick Henry ran 36 yards. Lamar had like a scramble for like 15 or something. Just like it was way too easy. Then we got the ball back. And then I don't remember. Did we go 3 and out? I know we punted.
Yes.
But either way, we punted.
Yeah. We went 3 and out, then they went 3 and out.
Yeah, and I was thinking, here we go. Like this, like we have to score every possession. The way they looked after that first drive, I'm like, we have to score like every possession. This is gonna hurt. But then our defense stepped up when we punted it, and then that's when dumb boy Khalif Raymond decided to catch the ball at like the 5, and then we also had a holding penalty. And then we got back
to 2 or 3.
Yep. The 1.5.
1.5.
We got back to Detroit Lions football that's been winning football in the last couple of years. We went 98 and a half yards.
That was an offensive
and,
clinic.
yeah, like 10 minutes and 46 seconds, dude.
It was 11. It was like 11 minutes, 12 seconds.
I thought they reported on the broadcast 10:46, but either way, it was a long, super long.
Miss 97.1 radio host said something like 11 minutes.
Well, either way, it doesn't. We're getting caught up in semantics again, like we try to do on this
It's
show.
10:48, officially 10:48.
10:48, but
Okay.
But yeah, that was awesome. I mean, they came up with that huge third down. I think it was Laporta caught that third down pass.
Laporta caught a lot of third down conversions.
Yeah, dude, he was little.
He was their go-to on third down.
He was looking for someone to taunt a couple times. It seemed like that one time he caught a ball and he spun it on the ground.
Zesty Sam was
It wasn't zesty though. It was like he was like getting up and he was like. It wasn't zesty Sam. It was feisty Sam, dude. I never seen that out of him. That was awesome. Of course, though, we go up 14-7 after that long drive. We're feeling good. And then literally what do the Ravens do? They literally march right down the field in like 4 minutes and score again. They tie it up. And you're like, like we just can't catch a break. And
couldn't get ahead by 2 scores.
Yep.
We actually, forced them out on downs. And then we got the ball back. They went 3 and out and punted.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And then they went 4 plays, 50 yards.
We still couldn't get separation more than 1 score.
Yeah.
Until now.
I agree. I just don't want.
That's when we got him. That's when we got him down to 4th and goal, right? Which, we've talked. I've talked about how like Brad. I mean, this gang tackled, man. The Lions got like 10 sacks today.
This is. I can't believe they're 7 sacks.
7 sacks
to 0. To 0. They've given up 0.
They have the longest. They have the longest streak in the Ravens.
This has been such a turnaround.
Yeah.
The longest
from
sack
week
streak
1 for the offensive and defensive lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, this is
So speaking of the defensive line, that stand on that 4th, so you have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. You have 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line, and what does the defense do?
Wrap up, you motherfuckers! God damn it!
What does the defense do though? They stop a Derrick Henry run right up the middle for no yards. Then they get Lamar in the backfield for a 1-yard loss, and then they stop him on that 4th down and get that fumble. And I was telling Ben and Kyle before we started recording that in hindsight, I wish that they didn't fumble it because we got it to 20. But if anything shows, if it's a 95-yard drive or a 98-yard drive, we're gonna score. So, but I mean, I'm sure you guys were feeling the same way. We stop them. We're up 14-7. You're thinking, okay, like, not that this is in the bag, but, like, you're feeling really good going into halftime. We got the ball. Like, just get a first down, let the clock go. Then we punt it.
Yeah, they ran a really good two-minute drive.
Then we get the penalty. They go right down the field and score. And you're like, everything just changed. It was like I was riding high into halftime. Now it's like there's no way we're going to win this game. And then we try the 67-yarder that, looked like it had the distance. That could have changed my mood at halftime a little bit, but overall, I wasn't feeling great at halftime. And then, of course, they go right down and score the first play of the half.
First drive.
Yeah, first drive. Yeah, sorry, first drive of the half. And then
pushed out backwards, run the clock.
And then
good job, BB.
The Lions, the offense, which is kind of like something like last year, where the defense gives up score and the offense knows they have to come out and play, and they did.
That's the vibe I thought. That's the vibe I was feeling. I'm like, hit the over, and it's not going to.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like last.
I know, but I'm just saying.
That's not even the vibe I was talking about, though. I'm talking more about like the offense has to score, like not because just not to win the game, but like they were down 7, like they had to go score at that moment because they had to stay in the game because the defense couldn't get stops at that point. And we went down, we scored 21-21, and then. After that moment, the defense played decent up to that point, but they flipped the switch, man.
It feels like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah. I mean, look. All right, that's not great.
All right.
Got to get an onside kick.
Yep.
Yeah, but you have to declare it. So you know it's coming.
You know it's coming either way, but...
Yeah,
that was the joke.
But yeah,
do you go for 2 here if you're the Ravens?
Yeah, they are too as well. Harbaugh held up to 2.
Yeah, Harbaugh's already. Yeah,
that was a big time. That was a big timeout that they had to burn though.
Yeah,
because otherwise, if they don't get the onside kick, they'd still have a shot, like an outside shot. But now, if we get the ball, it's over. But then. The defense just woke up, like we said, 7 sacks. I mean, I don't know how many. I don't have any stats in front of me or anything, but I bet you at least 5 of them came in the second half. Like that, they've been just getting to the quarterback, playing well. We didn't even mention how Brian Branch dropped the interception. And they just dropped
flag.
another one, but there's a flag anyways.
Gonna be
Well, not technically an
defense,
interception, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, the defense just stepped up, man. They forced 3 and outs. They bent. They, you know, when the Ravens, like when we were up 28, 21, like they made the stop to
Jared Goff is stressing right now on the bench.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying. I mean, I feel the same way because I'm trying to like recap the game, and not a single one of you has been like I even said before, when we do this, we can't be locked in on the game. We have to talk about the game. Here we are. You guys are just locked in on the game, not talking about the game.
You're talking about the game.
Yeah, but
so people don't like to talk about it.
People don't like me, so
people don't like me.
No, well, the good news is the Lions, they didn't get the 2-point conversion, so they can't lose in regulation or on one touchdown.
Yeah, no,
they have to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, just a tie. But I guess
question.
Now it's a commercial since you guys are unoccupied now. Give me something. Talk about something. Talk about what your feelings on how talk about specifically how the defense played.
Hold on, Ryan. You said that we can maybe most of these sacks have come in the second half.
I said 5, but I think there might be all 7.
Well, there was 6.
Okay. Still, it's crazy. 6 out of the 7.
Like this, like I was worried, after week 1 and then week 2 and the Bears being the Bears, like, okay, what is this Lions team, right? Like, are we good like we were against the Bears, or were we a little bit in between now? But it just goes to show you that this team can compete with anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're up there. They're contenders. They have a brutal schedule, but they'll be able to compete with everybody on that schedule, and be in dogfights the whole way.
Yeah.
And I just think that's going to pay dividends in the end of the season.
All right, we're going to stop for this onside kick. Ball's up. Ball is caught by none other than Sam Laporta. Sure hand Sam is what they call him.
Sam I am.
Flash it, man. I mean, I was gonna say like even
what
throughout
a big fucking dub.
Even through like the first like half, the fact that the Lions were in the game and competing, I felt good about the Lions going forward. Being that like, yes, they might not win this game, but like the fact that they are competing with a team like the Ravens, who are Super Bowl favorites at the beginning of the year. Don't forget about that.
They're a good team.
Yeah. So I felt really good about that. I mean, this just blew me out of the water, to be honest. I mean, everything.
Class act by Harbaugh for not calling 2 timeouts.
They scored. We gave up 30 points, but the defense played so much better than the 30 points given up, in my opinion. Like they made yes, they scored, but they made plays they made a bunch of plays when it mattered.
This Ravens team in general has been averaging over 40 points a game, so like they held them under their average. Best defense they played all year.
But I was gonna say, I mean,
Jabo.
That's just awesome, man. It's a great win.
Campbell's got he's holding back such a big smile right now. Oh, I love it.
I think it shuts up the haters. Like everybody thought the Lions were cooked. Ben Johnson can't win without Ben Johnson.
Good. What do you think about the "we're good" comments now?
I feel.
Yeah, I think. So
I still don't think we're good. We lost somebody, but Muhammad has been a good set next man up guy. Yeah. So
I feel after a little
depth there, but
after the Packers game, I was like, man, this team isn't going to be like what they were, and now I feel like I've been proved wrong. Like this team is
only one game, so like things can change.
2,
but
I mean,
I know
it's the Bears, but
that is true.
But still, like they looked a lot better against the Bears.
Well, you did have
a lot better.
You did
against
have
a Super Bowl favorite, Ravens.
You did have people like TJ Lang saying like the offense wasn't as bad as you made it. Everybody made it seem like they just had
missed assignment.
They had a couple of miscommunications and missed assignments that cost that were huge plays. And then obviously you had the Goff, interception. And then it was mainly the fact that they got to the red zone, they couldn't convert anything. Whereas today they were, I think, 4 for 5 or maybe 5 for 6 in the red zone. No, they were 4 for 5
3 for
because
3 or 4 for 4.
no, they were 4 for 4 at one point, and then that's when they kicked the field goal, and then Montgomery had the long run, so I don't think that would have counted. So they were 4 for 5 in the red zone, which is outstanding. I think that's really like the big takeaway is like if this team can punch them in. I mean, if they can punch it in, they're going to win games. I mean, there's the same thing with the Bucs last year when we lost. We got to the red zone and couldn't score. Packers this year got to the red zone, couldn't score. We lost those games. If we get to the red zone and score, we're winning games. I mean, the offense just looked great. Laporta came up with big catches. The running game was really good. I mean, Montgomery and Gibbs had good, like they were getting, like sometimes they would get bottled up, but then they were getting 7-9 yard carries. Like it seemed like one every like 3 or 4 carries. The offensive line I thought just blocked really well.
When were we in the red zone and didn't get it?
It was after the fumble.
Yeah, and we kicked the field goal.
We kicked the field goal.
We
scored, but we didn't score a touchdown. Is what I mean.
TD. In the NFL, your red zone scoring percentage is based on TD scored, not points.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought it was just okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah, in general though, that's
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy penalty disparity though.
How many do they have?
8 for
2.
3 for 10 yards.
One was
8 for 68 for the Lions.
No, that one was declined though.
It just jumped out.
Yeah, no, I guess it wouldn't call. Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, that was just that's the Lions from last year where you just prime time. You just now, even though I got to go into work tomorrow, like now I got to stay up and watch this interview with Jared Goff. Now I got to see who's on with Scott Van Pelt late night. It's just like this is the stuff I live for, man. It's such a good win. You feel so good. It's not a victory Monday. It's a victory Tuesday. But these weeks get so much better. And like, I know it's like it's something different about the pro team winning than a college team. I think like you kind of like now that the pro teams start, like you almost kind of forget about it. It's kind of whatever the Lions do is like kind of dictates my week. And if they win, like my week's just so much better. And I think, well, part of that's probably because Lions are better than Michigan State right now. But also, like I feel like throughout the whole country,
you have more expectations with the Lions.
But the whole country is more NFL fans than college fans, so that's probably part of it too.
True.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you guys got? Any more thoughts on the game?
David Montgomery had over 100 yards more than Derrick Henry did today.
Wow.
On 12 carries. They both had 12 carries.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
How many yards did Derrick Henry end up with?
50.
He had 14 yards after the first drive. 14 yards.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And a fumble.
Yeah. How many Lamar have?
Let me look. Lamar had
41.
7 rushes for 35 yards.
He had 25 at half. So that means he had 30. He only had 10 in the second half. That's huge.
This defense has done like what they do normally, and that's play lights out after halftime. Somehow, some way, they whatever adjustments they make and how they attack the offense or. It works.
No idea if this is true.
Seems like
my theory is that when teams game plan, they game plan for your defense, so they throw different things in the first half. But by the second half, they get back to like what they normally do, like their identity, which is what the Lions watched on film the whole time. So like they kind of like know it a little better or something. Now, if that's how it works, I don't know, but that's just a quick theory I thought of. But all right.
This is the first time that Isaac Tesla has been targeted and didn't catch a ball.
Yeah, yep. Targeted twice, too.
Yeah. All right. What are we just saying? Like dumb, like pointless stats? Like
All right, calm down.
Dude, we just beat the Ravens.
Yeah, we don't
why
need,
are
we don't
you a
need
Debbie
negative.
Downer?
Speaking of negativity, I have a question.
not. I'm
I have
just
questions
saying.
for you guys. Number one, did
What?
Goff look off today?
No.
Okay. Number two, how do we feel about Jake Bates after today?
Still money.
Oh, still money. Makes me laugh.
It's money. He's money in his
I know.
DNA. I don't
I
know.
know.
Like,
No, I know. But
that's what I'm
last
saying.
week,
Like,
you know,
he
our
needs, like,
argument was because he missed
because he
missed the
missed the
shot.
chip
Yeah.
shot.
No, I know.
He's got
Yeah,
a boot
he's
on
got
his
his
leg,
mojo
though.
back. Him and Zavada both got their mojo backs this
Yeah.
weekend.
I'm very happy that he can hit that 60s. Like he
That's
has
crazy.
67 in his bag, and that's nice to know
He's
that.
got it. He can.
Yep.
That's in
And that was
range.
outdoors.
That's in range.
Yep.
Could be.
But yeah, so
He can hit that.
you guys got anything else, or I got one more question for you guys.
Hit us.
What?
We're gonna go around.
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions. Yeah, we can.
What's the thing you're most one thing? So you can't name multiple things. One thing you're most impressed with after this game from the Lions. I'm gonna say specifically the defensive line. They didn't get all the sacks, like, you know, Anzalone and stuff. You know, they contributed a little bit, but they got a lot of pressure. There's a lot of doubts on them, and I think they stepped up. Aiden Hutchinson was no showing in the first like 3 quarters, but you got to remember he's getting double teamed. Like, it's not that, but he made plays in the end, and that's what we need him to do. We don't need him to make a play every time because he's going to get double teamed every time, but it's getting those every once in a while, getting those game breaking plays, and he came through huge. Muhammad played well. DJ Reader had a couple big plays. Like, they just played so well. They got to the quarterback. They after like the first drive, you know, they bottled up the run game. I thought, you know, hats off to them. That's what I'm most impressed with.
For me,
Yep.
I'm on the other side of the ball, but still in the trenches. It's got to be the O-line. Kept Jared Goff clean.
No
had
sacks.
gaping holes for our running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Both running backs. It wasn't just Demo just powering through the line and breaking tackles. Gibbs had wide open holes. Demo had wide open holes. I just thought that no sacks is great, especially for an immobile quarterback in Jared Goff, who had a rush, positive rush.
2. Yes, sneak in there too.
Oh yeah, yep. That was a sneak too.
Yep.
I don't think anybody expected it. But yeah, that's who my game ball goes to.
Kyle, what do you got?
Coordinators. Calvin Shepard, great game plan coming in, you're not going to shut down Lamar and this offense. And
Is that 2 things though?
No,
Offensive
no,
and
it's
defensive
it's
coordinators?
coordinators.
Technically, like, you know, I took defensive tackles and defensive edges. You know, you could get nitpicky on everything, but anything else? Sorry, I kind of cut you off.
Yeah, I think he had a great game plan in terms of how to contain Lamar. They did a lot when it came to with having a QB spy, and they were very disciplined in a lot of that. So I think they had a good game plan coming in, and they executed what they needed to. Offensive side of the ball, like, I don't know, felt like a masterclass. Like, they moved the ball for the most part with ease. There wasn't a lot of play calls where I'm just like, I don't know if I would have done that. Maybe like one running play and then 2nd and 22. I didn't really like that one, but yeah, you know, they're getting fancy with some of their formations, and they're using the skills that these football players have to their advantage in the scheme. Like, you had that capital I formation, the Maryland I with Gibbs and Montgomery, both in the backfield stacked up with another tight end in there. But then also, you know, you got Amon-Ra in there. It's like an H-back position, wing tees. So, yeah, and then dialing up. You've ran out of it on like an inside zone or like a power play, or like a fullback over type play. You've handed off to the running back in that formation, and now you have an option out of there. Like,
yep,
they're doing well.
Yep,
They're doing. We're there.
Do you know why the defense was able to kind of keep Lamar in check for the most part? Because they picked up Malik Cunningham as their scout team quarterback.
All right. Or it was because our defense was never out there, so they were fresh. When you have like two 10-minute drives, but to get negative, but then positive real quick, we do got.
If he gets a shout out from Dan Campbell or Calvin Shepard in the presser today, I'll believe that it makes a difference.
Oh, so it has to be public.
Yep. Anyways, so one negative quickly that I thought of is Terrion Arnold was bad in the first half.
I think he
bad.
Cheeks.
There's a chance we might have swung and missed on him. I don't really want to get into it too much, maybe the next pod, but the positive is the second half, you didn't really see him much. That means they weren't throwing his way. I don't know if they had a ball.
These are probably covered.
So maybe he was doing better. So, but great win for the Lions. One pride. Huge win. We'll kick it over to Kyle and I for the Michigan breakdown, and then all three of us for the State and Tigers, and one more football thought. So, yeah.
Go Lions.
Go
Big
Lions.
Win.
We're kicking it to Kyle and Ryan.
One proud.
You can always cut it too.
Yep. All right. So Michigan, we're going to talk Michigan now. Ben's not here for this part. But yeah, big win for Michigan. We got
big win.
Yep. Michigan won 30-27 over Nebraska.
Oh, good. You got the course up.
Yep. I didn't.
Put the stats back up.
I didn't get to watch any. I didn't really get to watch any football. I mean, we'll get to Michigan State later on, but yeah, I didn't get to really watch anything. So I didn't get to watch this game. I was updated. I know Nebraska had a Hail Mary to tie it, and I know, or at half, that there might have been some
Hail Mary
clock management by Biff a little bit.
Biff, Michigan coaching staff, whoever you want to say. Like, it was like all of them. Like, yeah, he's the one that's technically in charge of it all, but he said, I don't know, apparently they have like a clock management dude that like does it. But can you keep that up there though?
You can't pull. I mean,
stats.
I got other things I got to do.
On that screen though. But anyways, yeah, just completing this. Like, all they had to do was call a timeout when there's like 20 seconds left. They're gonna punt it. You need it. You go back. You go home or go into the locker room at half, up 7. Instead, I'm kind of glad that this happened in a game that they still won early on in the season, because in games that are going to matter even more down the road, hopefully they learn from these mistakes and the coaching staff is more well prepared for these types of situations, because they rushed 3, I think, and dropped 8, and they dropped a defensive end back there. Like, just the personnel and what the decision that they made when it came to a Hail Mary pass. Like, I don't understand teams, Hail Marys. They always drop like 8 players and they rush 3. So the quarterback has all time to get settled and to get ready for his Hail Mary throw when the receivers are down there. If you rush 4, if you rush even, just bring 1 extra guy. Just bring 5. And then try and rush an early throw or make him get out of the pocket. And then at that, make all hell breaks loose. And then, if he crosses that line of scrimmage and tries to scramble, he's got to try and scramble 50 yards.
Yeah.
As a quarterback. And not a lot of quarterbacks are doing that.
Yeah, but
so I'm just saying in terms of the defensive scheming and how you do that type of
get
stuff.
that.
But
I think the counterpoint to that would be, I think at the end of the half, I think you should blitz, because it's not like do or die. Like if they get it, it's not game over. But at the end of a game, if you rush, so I just thought of this now, because I've always been a big, like, you should rush more than just the 3 or whatever. But if say you rush 5 or 6, and then they like now you have, if they start doing laterals and stuff way down the field, a lot less time for your guys to get back, so.
Yeah, but if they're doing a lot of lateraling, typically.
I know, I'm just.
it
Yeah,
takes a lot
but
of time.
can,
So like somebody that like a DN that has a little bit of speed,
I
like
mean,
Jayshon Barnum or somebody can, if they're able to, they can run back and get back into the play if they're hustling enough.
yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm just saying. I mean, there is plays.
Well, I
Boise
understand,
State
but
ran one great. That
yeah,
I mean, it was a little
competitors and
different, but
everything.
I'm just saying. I think at the end of a game when you have to get a stop, it might be a little different. But I agree. I think not letting them at least get down the field because then they still have to catch it and then lateral it and everything. But anyways, more about the game.
Yeah, so,
I
but
Like I said, I
yeah,
didn't get
you
to
go
watch,
ahead.
but my prediction was right. Michigan ran for 290 yards. I knew I heard earlier in the week that Nebraska had a stopping the run problem, and that was my main thing for picking Michigan. I bet Michigan, and I just thought Justice Haynes is really really good that he'd go off, and not only did he go off, but everybody went off. I mean, they averaged like 9 yards a carry. So yeah, I mean that was
Timeout. Even even without those 3 breakout runs, they still averaged almost 4.5 yards a carry.
yeah. So
So they did they ran the ball extremely well.
yeah,
I
but
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah.
So overall, what they ran the ball well. Like, what else did you like? What was some positives,
I wish. Oh, I guess.
or
Yeah,
just
we
your
can do a
take on
lot
the
of
game?
positives. My take on the game was a very big positive was that Michigan controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides.
You had 7 sacks.
Um, they had 7 sacks. I think 8 different guys got credit for a sack or half a sack. Involved in all that.
Yep. And then they only gave up one
Something
sack.
creaked, and they gave up one. Yep, I think that was more or less in the first half. I think, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, I wish I paid more attention to the pass protection. Like, I know they did a lot of rollouts and they did a lot of play action and stuff. So, but in terms of like straight drop back passes, I wish that's one thing I think I'm going to pay attention more against Wisconsin in a couple of weeks is that. But they used Bryce Underwood's legs a lot. I think on that final drive where they ran 2 QB powers or QB sweeps, back-to-back plays from the 2 or 3 yard line. I don't think that's the right time to run them. I
Yeah.
think you can control that line of scrimmage. Don't try and QB and get to the outside. Just use your man meat muscle and just go right through and give it to Justice Haynes again. Let him score again. But they used him in the run. I think there was a lot of drop passes from the wide receivers.
I was gonna ask
I
why.
think
What happened there?
I saw something that was accrediting like his true passing percentage, like including like if drops were catches, he threw the ball for a 71% mark. So right there with Rayola.
Yeah.
So like that's nothing he can control once he throws the ball, like whatever. But he also had a couple missed throws, but overall played really well. Smaj Morgan missed McCulley on a wide receiver pass. He was wide open in the first half. That would have been nice. And then I think Michigan settled to punt, but controlled the line of scrimmage a lot. I don't honestly like a huge take. Like Nebraska did what I thought they would do, which was quick dink and dunk passing.
They did a
Blah
lot
blah
of that
blah,
last
getting
year
like
too.
a lot of quick releases, quick passes. And when they did it, Michigan got pressure on him and sacked. They hit him a shit ton. I know they got 7 sacks. They probably had like 20, maybe 20 hurries. I haven't looked at stats. But they had a lot more hurries too. But I guess one thing that stood out like between the two teams, not just lineman play, but was the open field tackling that Michigan did far better than Wisconsin did.
Yeah. Or you mean Nebraska?
Michigan was Nebraska, same colors, same whatever. We're on to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But like their open field tackling was very much superior than Wisconsin's. I mean, granted, Michigan's 3 breakout runs pretty much untouched, but there was in the key drive at the end of the game, Michigan runs a screen pass. Justice Haynes 4 yards in the backfield still, and you got a Wisconsin guy. He just
Nebraska.
does like a simple or a Nebraska guy. Shit, I did it again. He just does like a simple all he does is doesn't really do anything. doesn't do like a shimmy or
Yeah.
anything. He just a simple move to get to the sideline. Nebraska guy just completely runs through and runs by him. He goes for 20 yards, and like that was on 3rd and 10. Like you had a 5-yard loss, and then you give up a for like So and Michigan wasn't allowing that. Michigan was making sound tackling. Yeah, they gave up 300 yards, but I didn't think their secondary played all too bad.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
kept everything in front of them. They made the tackle when they needed to. They played a couple true freshmen in the secondary too, and they didn't do too bad. It was good to see Rod Moore back out there. He was out there for a few snaps. Their senior safety that tore his ACL last spring, or last fall camp. But yeah, I don't know. The team looks like they're having fun. It's a great win. With all of Wisconsin, like this is their team. Like Matt Rule's 3rd year. Like this is they're not the same Wisconsin, or they're not the same Nebraska as they used to be.
yeah,
And so
which I
like
call being wrong.
everything. I know, like everything is like makes you want to be like believe it and be like there was so much anticipation for Nebraska fans with that game. Like they needed that game.
Yeah,
They needed it. And Michigan, like this them knowing it and then still coming out and being the more physical team, controlling the line of scrimmage, not committing as much penalties. I know like Michigan did have one unsportsmanlike conduct that led to a touchdown to get them within, I think, 3 or 7 or probably 3 or something like that. But like that's like it is a mistake. He's young, learn from it, whatever. But that was like the only like real major penalty that I remember. They were a little bit. I don't know. They were. That was like what I said, like vintage Michigan, like control the ground game. Quarterback gets them into the right plays. Doesn't have to do a whole lot.
Maybe
uses the legs.
Yeah, maybe offensively. Defensively, I mean, they might have. I mean, again, I didn't watch. You said they didn't play as. Maybe they might have not played as bad, but going off the stats, like not really vintage Michigan. I mean, they did give up 308 yards passing.
Like I said, those were short passes, and I would, they didn't give up anything deep.
Yeah.
They kept everything in front of them, and then, I think it was like. It was good. It was a great. That's after the quarterback, the pass rush, D-line,
Michigan's
like that type of stuff.
Michigan's defense used to be elite, or like the last couple of years was elite. Now it's probably just great. Like it doesn't mean it's bad. Like I saw people.
Yeah.
Tom Fernelli.
Yeah.
He was like but that was what. But he's people have been saying that. That's where I get it from. Is like people say that Michigan's defense isn't as good as the other years, and sometimes Michigan fans think it's like a slight, which I guess technically it is a little bit, but it doesn't mean that they're bad. It just means like they're just not as good as the last couple of years. And I think that's just it's hard to stick. It's hard to continue to be elite when you keep losing NFL talent year in and year out. And
I guess I kind of I guess I kind of thought of that like in retrospect to like the rest of the nation.
Yeah, no,
like
and the rest
this
of
year, this year, like I think they do have. Well, I don't know.
They're gonna end up
like
there's 100%.
They played really good defense, and like their defense kept them in the game, especially in the first half. So
they're definitely gonna have a top 20 defense. I mean, there's still a chance they have a top 15 defense. It's just not going to be a top 3, top 5, defense. But going through this, the only negatives. Again, based on the stats, is Bryce only threw for 105 yards. Obviously, it's similar to like a Jalen Hurts in the NFL, where as long as you're not making the mistakes and you're just doing what you need to do, you don't have to pass to win. I mean, he's got, especially as a freshman, like he's got everything there. It's nothing to be worried about, but it's more of like where does that put the ceiling type things? Because this, I mean.
Yeah, the floor. We're on our. Yeah. We've already been to our floor. We're only going to get better.
Nah, I wouldn't say that, but
I think the rest of this year, they're only going to get better game in and game out.
Yeah, realistically though, they should. You should be looking at worst a 10-2 season. I mean, that's what you have to expect. I mean,
they could. I'd say 9-3.
I mean, they only
At
have two
worst,
more
9 and
ranked
3.
games.
At
I'm not.
worst.
I think you have to expect 10-2. If you lose to a
No,
Michigan
yeah, you have
State
to
or a
expect that.
Wisconsin
But
or something,
at
yeah,
worst, it's 9 and 3, and I still think that's a great year.
yeah. Another thing is
This year,
the receivers only caught 6 passes. They 12
yeah,
completions
they only
and
completed 10 or 12.
I
Yeah,
know,
they,
but
at
it's
least receivers
still
got half of them.
yeah. But normally you want your guys that are supposed to catch the ball to catch the
But we
ball.
got two running backs, and
No, it's Klein is a
one
tight
tight
end.
end.
Klein's a tight end, and
Yeah,
Marshall's considered a tight end on their depth chart. And then
it's
Haynes.
Justice Haynes.
He had
Oh, Zach Marshall. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I thought that was
yeah,
Jordan.
yep. So I mean, it's still. I mean, again,
Yeah. So like,
going back to the Jalen Hurts
the
thing, though.
majority of the targets though were to wide receivers.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you can keep running the ball, it doesn't matter. You know, if you're breaking up, all you got to do with a guy like Bryce, you can keep him honest at least because he's got an arm. And with your run game, the way it runs, as long as you can keep them honest, it doesn't matter. Like they can stack the box, but like when you average 9 yards a carry, I don't even know if stacking the box is gonna work. So I don't know, but overall, it's a great win for Michigan on the road. We both got a bye week, reset, and as you keep saying, on to Wisconsin. But I mean, hard to be mad.
Yeah.
It sounds like they played pretty well, number one. But number two, it's hard to be mad, even if they didn't play that great, to be mad that you beat a 3-0 Nebraska team that some people had as a sleeper for the playoffs. Again, I
This
think
game could have
Nebraska's
easily
a
been.
prove-it team for me, but
You take Michigan gave Nebraska 2 touchdowns in that game. The Hail Mary,
yeah,
and then the
penalty.
unsportsmanlike conduct. Yep. So like this game could have easily been like 35,
Yeah.
20, 35, 17. Like,
Yep.
it could have easily been that. But at the same time, Nebraska also on their first drive of the game went forward on 4th and 2 at like the 10-yard line, didn't get it. So
Yeah.
like they kick a field goal, and then they also missed a field goal.
Yeah.
So on their end, you can also be like, that's 6 points we left on the board.
Yep. Yeah, that's something I saw too. Is that's another thing I think that's works in Michigan favor is that like
I think it was a really good game.
The mistakes they made were correctable mistakes that it's not like it's a player personnel or your guys just aren't good enough. It's it's a stupid penalty and a missed clock management. So onward and upward
watching
for them.
that game as Michigan fans, you're like, okay, like I feel good about this. Like we're controlling this. We're doing what we kind of want to do. But like, all right, like I feel good. Nebraska fans were probably watching that game, being like, man, we kind of can't. Like we got to stop the big runs. And then the other thing is like, damn, like Mahomes is playing like so good right now. Like still believe that he can take us down there.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to give him enough time to throw, and they weren't. So it was a good game. Like it was a good game.
Sorry,
it was a good game to watch. It was fun.
I forgot Michigan already lost a game. So yes, I would say you still expect to be 9-3 because you have 2 ranked games, USC and Ohio State.
Yeah, they lost to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I know. I forgot. I thought they were going to beat.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 games you could lose, but as long as you win one of those games, you're in a really good spot. I mean, then the opposite's Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nebraska's only got. I don't think Nebraska can afford to go have 3 losses in the playoffs. So they have 2 ranked games left, and it's home against USC and at Penn State. So they have to win one of those, I think. But yeah, I mean, it's a good win for Michigan. So, now we both got the bye week. So, any last thoughts?
Michigan State, Nebraska is going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a couple weeks.
I know. That's my only other thoughts.
All right. Well, speaking of that,
about that game.
Speaking of that, we'll wait, or you guys won't wait, but we're gonna wait for Ben to join us to talk about the Michigan State game. All right, we're back. This time with Ben. Michigan State dropped their first game of the season on Sunday morning, 45-31 to USC. Late night. I'm sure all of you listening probably watched the whole game, like all 3 of us.
Yep.
Just kidding.
What a night.
I luckily, I only watched this. Well, not luckily, but I only watched the second half really. So I know Ben,
Shit,
you
I think I
between
fell
us,
asleep. I fell asleep before the game started. Woke up at halftime and it was 1:30.
yeah,
between us three, I think we watched the entire game.
yeah, I think so. But yeah, so 45-31. My first take. I mean, so I listened to the first half. I literally got home and like the first two plays. One of the first 2 or 3 plays was when Wayne Matthews got carted off the field. So um,
Yeah,
it was just
he said he's doing all
long
right,
game.
right?
Yeah, he's should be all good.
Good.
But my first takeaway was just like our defense is really bad. It's something that kind of hurts a little bit because when Coach D was there, I feel like that's Michigan State was defense. That's what it's almost like Michigan and Michigan State were kind of flipped a little bit. Michigan was like they had Rich Rod and Brady Hoke with Devin Gardner and the other dude, Denard Robinson. And, they were just offense heavy and couldn't stop anybody. Where Michigan State, we had decent offenses too in some of the years, but our defense is what we stood on. So now that we just can't stop anybody, it's just kind of sad. It just, hurts a little bit. But overall, I thought our offense played pretty well. I mean, Childs didn't have a great completion percentage, but he had 3 touchdowns, no picks. Coming from last year, he has 1 pick still on the year. And, it's still kind of like a weird interception, not really on his fault. But he threw for 212 yards. He spread the ball around a little bit. Omar Kelly had 133 yards, looked good. I mean, they only gave up 2 sacks. I mean, I feel like that's a little bit of an improvement playing against a Big Ten team. So, like, overall, I thought the offense was pretty good. Hit some deep balls. Nick Marsh only had 2 catches, though, which isn't great. But yeah, I mean, offensively, I thought we played pretty good. I mean, we scored 31 points. Most of the time, 31 points is at least gonna get you like maybe with the ball to win the game at the end or something like that. But just not this game. Ben, do you have any like takes on the offense specifically? You want to talk to or the whole game, whatever you want to do?
No, I thought the offense looked good. Couldn't really run the ball very well.
No, we
That's
did.
kind
We
of
did have 112 yards. I mean, I guess 35 were
a spread out
Childs,
between 4 guys. Yeah,
but I mean,
um,
you got to remember his sacks are in there too. But
that's true. That's true. How many sacks did they have?
they had 2.
Had 2 sacks. That was, yeah, 12 completions just seems extremely low.
That's all Childs had.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 for 21, 212 yards.
Them and Bryce had like similar stats.
Yeah.
Wow, he had double the yards, but yeah.
Who did?
Childs.
I thought you said 101.
No,
212.
212 yards.
Oh, I thought you said 100.
No, Kelly had 133 yards reception himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
112 yards rushing.
Yeah. But
Gotcha.
yeah.
I thought, that was, you mentioned the 1 interception from Childs on the year, and to be quite honest, I feel like we haven't really played a defense yet. USC, they really have a non-existent defense.
Yeah, but
in my opinion,
Boston College didn't have a defense last year, and he threw like 3 interceptions. He threw some against Maryland. Like, still an improvement. I didn't really get to watch this game like super intently, but through the first 3 games, I mean, he really didn't have a lot of like interception-worthy throws. Where last year he was kind of just forcing things and getting picked off.
Yeah, he's definitely developed very well between last year and this year. I don't know if that has to do with Brian Lindgren not being the one that's coaching quarterbacks. That was an off-season move. Or if it's just being in the lab, grinding film, seeing what he can do better. But yeah, defense did not look good. Granted, this is a very explosive USC offense, but as a team that prides themselves on being the team that can stop the run. You let a guy run for 157 yards on 18 carries and another guy run for 90 yards on 16 carries. That's just crazy. I mean, they were averaging over 7 yards a carry.
Yeah, but what did you think? You always talk numbers. You talk about numbers, but
Yeah,
like
I know.
watching the game. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I did too. I mean, the defense looked bad. It's not about two players rushing for that many yards. Just the fact that they rushed for 289 yards. Every time I watched or I listened, every time it was like the guy was getting 7 yards. It'd be like 1st and 10. It'd be like, oh, 2nd and 3. And then they'd pass it and it'd be like 15-yard pass. And it's just like every time it's just gash, gash, gash. It's not, they never like settled down. Like they never made them work for their points. It was just, It seemed like
first USC won the toss and elected to receive. The first drive, Michigan State played the old bend don't break and only let up a field goal. That was the only time I think we saw that, at least in the first half while I was watching.
Yeah. Well, I guess, because Michigan State ended up covering, which isn't like a
called it.
I don't really like. It's not like a win or anything, but I know Kyle, you mentioned like how we got what was that play? Was it a fumble?
Oh no! Well, so when I started watching, they're down. They're down 14 at half, and then I don't know. I fell asleep, and somehow woke up, and now State was down. They must have thrown 3 and out. USC went down and scored.
Yep.
And then Michigan State got the ball back, and like they're kind of like dead to rights, like they're
game's about to be over.
Yeah, the game's about to be over, and because Michigan State gets the ball back, and then they go 3 and out. Essentially, it's 4th and 7. USC illegal contact or offsides or something is a 5-yard penalty. So then State decides to go for it on their own 30-yard line. They decide to go for it, throw it, bad pass, incomplete. And I think it was because then there was too many men on the field, and so USC had Michigan State dead because USC could have went down. Like they were moving the ball with ease, like you said. Could have been 38 to 10 in the matter of 10 halfway through the third quarter, and they would have been done. But they ended up, kudos to them, went down and scored, kept it close, kept themselves in it the whole game.
Yeah.
But they just couldn't stop them. That was the name of the game. They had no answers on the defense. Swiss cheese.
I didn't lie on the last pod. I said it'd be a 7-point game, 1-possession game going in, or at some point in the fourth quarter, and I was right. It was at the beginning, and they were about to score, but it was still right. But yeah, I mean, this defense is very bad. Last week I said, I'm trying to be a little bit more.
Hold your teams accountable.
Yeah, but we weren't I was honestly happy with how they fought. I mean, I was trying to bet USC at halftime because the injury just happened. The guy gets stretchered out. It came out later that the reporters there saw him give a thumbs up, but it wasn't shown on the broadcast. But I didn't know that. I thought he was. I thought he was paralyzed. I thought it was very bad. And the fact that they came out and they tied him in the second half, I thought kind of speaks a little bit of volume to the team has fight in him. The defense is bad, but I think that they're fighting. They're not just a rollover team. I'm just going to roll over and die type of team. So I'm very pleased with that. I think another thing is
it was close though.
No, it was. I mean, they got the right breaks, but at the same time, maybe they don't get it and they do go down 28. Maybe they do still fight their way back to somehow get it to within 14. I mean, it's more about just because you lose by a lot doesn't mean you quit. You can tell when a team actually quits. But I was pleased with that. I mean, look, I keep saying it, the defense is bad, but like Smith was. I know it's a different era with the portal, and you can kind of just go get guys, but like he came in with. He's a slow build. He's not a. I mean, he's not a guy that's.
development.
He's not a.
Yeah, he's a
He's not a
developer.
Kurt Nettie.
But Kirk Signetti is also different because like he had a top, but group of 5 team. Like they were really good at James Madison. So and he brought those guys. I mean, you wouldn't think they'd really translate that well to the Big Ten like they did,
Yeah,
but he
true.
had some dudes. I mean, and everybody that Smith brought over was offensively, and I think you're starting to see that a little bit more. That Childs is starting to become who he wants. Velling's kind of been a little bit of a disappointment, but he didn't really bring in those guys. But he's a slow builder. The problem is the defense, which he's an offensive guy. He brought in Joe Rossi. Joe Rossi's the one that's like got to pick it up, in my opinion. And it's just about getting dudes. And I know, like I said, you can get guys in the portal, but it's sometimes things do take a while. And I think, honestly, I'm still a Jonathan Smith believer. I think that if we still have the same problems next year, it's a different conversation. But I think in order to build like an identity and everything, you just got to stick it out for at least another year. Let them build on like a good offensive season. Hopefully bring some guys in for defense and then go from there.
I was gonna say he's building the offense first.
Yeah. I mean,
like there is building there. Like there's a lot happening on the offensive side. The defense is not being built yet. So if he can build the defense, maybe like start this recruiting cycle and this transfer portal tier, this off season, then you might have optimism with him being able to build it.
And a lot of it comes.
He's got to improve the defense. He's got to improve the defense though,
especially in the Big Ten.
If State's gonna in the Big Ten, if State's gonna, get to where they want to be with him.
Yep, I agree. I mean, you got to at least stop the run if you're going to let up passing. I mean, I want them to stop the run. If you give up passes, because that's a bend. I mean, that's what, like 2021 when we were good. Like that was their defense. They'd stop the run. They'd let them go down to the 20. Then they'd step up because the defensive backs have less field to cover. So, but overall, look, USC is a great offense. I think I really wasn't expecting to win, but like I said, I was proud of the way they fought. It was a little bit more respectable. I feel like a lot of people thought we were going to lose by like 30. So I think,
it's not all negatives.
Yeah, I think this shows that like we can beat the only game we're supposed to be favored the rest of the year is UCLA. But like we'll get to I know we brought up Michigan State, Nebraska, in the Kyle and I did, but we'll get to that. But like that's a game you might be able to win. Indiana looks really good, but like Michigan, I mean, Michigan's the better team, but it's a rivalry game. Anything can happen. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to say I expect to win, but you should be able to at least compete a little bit. But then we got Minnesota's a team we should now be able to beat.
Good game.
Iowa's a team that we should be able to beat, and Maryland's a team that we should be able to beat. Like I think that's what that showed is like we can compete.
3 wins in there somewhere.
Well, and UCLA, so we got to get 3 out of those.
I just in general.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I think.
Make a bowl game. I
think that like this game showed a little bit of like, yes, this team can hang with some guys. So I don't know.
And then you mentioned building the offense. I'm going to go through some players here. Aiden Childs, junior. Mekhi Frazier, redshirt freshman. Brandon Tullis.
Childs is a junior?
Freshman.
Yeah.
True junior this year.
He got screwed.
He's not a redshirt sophomore?
No, he played in 5 games his first year.
It's for like 1 snap.
Wow.
Yeah. Omari Kelly, he's a redshirt junior this year. He's got 1 more year. Krishan McCray, true junior. Michael Masunis, junior. It's like there's
we got some.
The people that hit the ball the most are going to be they're coming back.
Yeah.
The question is the O-line and then the defense.
I think,
in my opinion.
Well, nowadays with transfer, though, it's also a question of those guys going to come back with knowing that their defense might not be good. So, I mean, there's talks. I mean, I wouldn't.
I think
if we continue on this path, I think there's a chance Childs might leave. Childs has the talent to be at a good program to like compete for a national championship. I'm just saying.
Sorry, I forgot Nick Marsh, sophomore.
Yeah. But sorry, I cut you off though. Is that what you were going to say, or are you going to say something else?
I don't remember.
No, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Give us more takes, Ben. What else you got for the game or
I was going
in
to say
general?
they knew coming in, like at least the transfer receivers, like I'm sure that part of the pitch was, we want you here for 2 years.
Yeah.
Granted, people can commit and then decommit like the next day. So, like that doesn't matter. But they knew coming in, like, we want you for these 2 years. We're building here. Like, are we going to win the Big Ten? Probably not. It's our goal. We want to.
Yeah.
Do we have the squad this year? No, but maybe next year we can.
Yeah. We're recording this before the Lions game, but hopefully that went well. You'll know already, obviously, but so hopefully we go 2-1. But my last thing for college football is, is the goal really to win the Big Ten, or is it just to get to the playoffs? Like, Kyle, what would you rather have? Like, would
As
you
Michigan State?
No.
Oh.
As Michigan,
In
like
general.
just not just this year, but like overall. Like, wouldn't you would say I'd rather? I mean, look at Ohio State last year. They won the national championship, got in the playoff, but it's almost like the championship games don't mean anything anymore.
If you could,
I still would think like
I also think it's a lot harder. Like, is it
championship is definitely what you want.
I know, but you want it. Like, it's something. But like, I still like if sitting here, I'd rather make the playoffs than win the Big Ten championship. I think that means more.
If you come up to me and say, "Here, I will give you Big Ten championship,"
I mean, if you win the Big Ten championship, you're automatically gonna.
Yeah, I know.
Make the playoffs.
I know. Like, that typically means you're the better team.
One or the other. That's what I'm gonna do.
Make the playoffs, or but
the championship, because then you automatically make the playoffs if you win the championship. So it's always that.
I mean, yeah, but okay, what means more?
Okay,
like,
how about this?
Okay, but what if you had to pick between the two? What if it was an automatic qualifier? Like, you'd pick the playoffs. You'd want a shot at the national championship over a shot at the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, I mean, if you can just get in by that, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a stupid question because you're right. I mean, like if you win the Big Ten, you're in it. It just, but I know you just said like, do we want to win the Big Ten? It's like that's like almost a second. Like, I don't even care about that. I mean, Oregon beat Penn State.
I guess you could say it's similar to the would you rather win the regular season conference championship in basketball or make the NCAA tournament? It's more. I think there's more equivalent to that because
Well, for a Big Ten team,
the tournament.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but if you're a mid-major that only gets one bid, you'd much rather get into the tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean I don't know, but that's just also now like there's like teams that I feel like are always gonna be tied, or not always, but there's gonna be teams that are gonna be tied for like that second spot, and it's like, are you really the true? And if they end up winning, it's like they beat them out because of like they had
two more points.
They beat Ohio State, and you lost to Ohio State, even though you didn't play each other. That's like it doesn't even like it's not really like a real thing, but that was just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, now. I don't know. I guess we'll spend a couple minutes on the Detroit Tigers.
Nah, I'm good.
That was our Tigers review.
Here's our Tiger review. They got swept by the Braves for their last homestand of the season.
Yeah.
Now we go on the road.
Oh, I'll add something. I'm still full into we DFA Charlie Morton. Great freaking pickup to pick up Charlie Morton and then DFA him. You're stupid, man. My blood's starting to boil about this Scott Harris dude. He's screwed up the last 2 trade deadlines. He got that Rodriguez guy or whatever, had a deal. He wouldn't do it. It's like, you should probably know if this guy wants to go to the Dodgers. He didn't want to go to the Dodgers, so we couldn't do the deal. The next year we trade Flaherty for Trey Sweeney, who's supposed to be this guy. He's dog shit. Just everything is just this guy does is just bad. I mean, they acted like they made the playoffs. He came out and press conference, my job is to make the playoffs, not win the World Series. I feel like he thought they were in the playoffs at that point.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I was talking to someone earlier today. It's like,
He was counting his chickens.
why? So we talked about not bringing up McGonigal. But dude's a contact hitter. They talk about that it could hurt his development. But what do you have to lose? Is there really that big of a jump between Double A and Triple A? You think there's like a big jump between like the pitchers and Double A and Triple A?
I think their stuff is nastier in the.
I'm not the pros. I'm talking with the Triple A to Double A. I feel like it's probably around the same. But so if he can hit in the if he can hit in the Double A, he can probably hit in the Triple A. So just try him out, man. We got Riley Green's batting like 130 in September. Spencer Torkelson's like the only one that's like doing anything. I'm sorry. I don't want to say too much, but I'm not there yet. But the button on me being a hater to me hitting a button on Riley Green being a bum is out.
Go Detroit.
But all right,
game kicked off.
That's our Tiger Minute. Maybe we'll recap a little bit of football here and then get you guys out of here.
6 straight. That's great.
All right. We're going to end the pod with one football little note from the week, college or pros. Kyle, we'll let you start. What's your one kind of football thought?
Indiana might be for real.
Yeah.
They're for real. They just, trounced Illinois, ranked team that was, I think, they were ranked higher than
9.
Indiana.
They were 9.
Into that game. Yeah, a top 10 team by 53 points. So that's complete domination. And on the flip side of that, a team that loses by 53 points should not be ranked in the top 25.
Yeah,
I don't
not.
care. Does it really in the season? No. So Illinois should not be ranked. Indiana looking good. Kirk Signetti.
Is there something in the water in Indy? Oh, sorry, Ryan. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, so I didn't get to watch the game at all, but then you guys were texting me, and I was barely getting service, but I got a text that said, "Oh, is Indiana for real, or is Illinois this bad?" And I'm thinking, because I bet on Illinois, and I'm like, that means they probably won by like 14, 21 or something. I looked at that score, and I was in disbelief. It was like 66 to 10 or something.
63 to 10.
I could not believe. I was like, oh my God. I literally said, oh my God, out loud. I could not believe it. That's ridiculous. Funny. But yeah. Ben, what were you going to say?
It was hardly a game. I was just going to move on to mine.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
So there might just be something in the water in the state of Indiana because the Colts seem like they're for real as well. I mean, starting 3-0 with Danny Dimes as your quarterback.
Danny Dimes a line. He's not bad. Shit.
Yeah, no kidding. But going into the season, everyone was writing him off. Like, oh, really? Daniel Jones, that's your quarterback? Okay, good luck. Then you go out, you smoke the Dolphins, which Dolphins aren't the best team, but they put up 33 on them. Beat the Broncos, who some people are picking to win their division.
Supposed to be quick.
Yeah.
Dude, yours was.
Oh, well, anyways, keep going. That's going to add time.
I kept mine quick. Ryan added on to it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It was just a quick thing.
Anyways. And then you go out, beat the Titans on the road. I mean, they're a good squad. Got to be something in the water in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, I've been betting on the Colts. I think they're for real.
Vanilla Vic's back at it.
Mine, I'll stick into the NFL, and I was going to talk about the Cowboy, or not the Cowboys, but the Packers. I don't know how they lost to the frickin' Browns. What a win for the Browns. Made field goal at the end. He missed one in the first game to lose the game. Makes up for it. Even better being the Packers. You had the Rams getting a field goal blocked, for the Eagles to win. And then we had the Jets block one, and then the Buccaneers came back and kicked one to win the game. It was just a wild, wild weekend. Very glad that the the Packers lost. That's big. I mean, we do got the Browns this week, so hopefully their defense isn't actually for real. But
Yeah.
I
This was
don't
the
know, just
first time
crazy.
this season that the Browns got outgained
Oh
in
yeah,
yards.
yeah. Also, a fun fact:
First two.
the Jets have
Go ahead.
scored as many touchdowns as their opponents, but they're 0-3,
Yep.
which is kind of crazy. But
That's a wild stat.
yeah, but all right.
I'm rooting for Aaron Glenn. I hope he can get
Yeah,
it done soon.
I do too.
Turn
But
that
yeah,
place around.
that's it for this one. We'll see you guys on Friday. Hopefully, you enjoyed our live reaction to the Detroit Lions win. But I said it then. I'll say it again. One pride, and we'll see you down the line.
Peace.
Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions.